Hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Let me just see if I can get the chat up on the other side here. Just bear with me for a second. And let's just make sure that everything is cool. Okay. All right. Okay. I turn that off. All right. And who do we got in the house? GTV. Hey, buddy. How are you? Dave's Art Guitars. How's it going? Paul Lou, how are you, man? How's everybody doing? Let's go down here a little bit. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. Okay, cool. That's cool. Okay, so I can see the chat coming up. I was first. I'm your number one. I appreciate that, GTV. Hey, man, when you doing your next live stream? And if you're going to do it and you want me on, give me a little bit of heads up, brother. Clive, how are you? Okay. You know, I feel real bad because I know Dave's doing his live stream right now as well, and I had no idea that Dave Byron was going to do a live stream. And I know that's where I just came from, man. Dave was smoking. Wow. That guy can can do some damage, man. So, Clive. Okay, cool. Cool. So, how's everybody doing on this fine Thursday? Hope everybody's doing well. This weekend, want to come on Saturday? Email me again. GTV, I can't do it Saturday, buddy. Dave's on a break. Oh, okay, cool, Clive. Yeah, I can't do it, buddy. I've Mr. Hack Soda Pop. How are you, Jimmy T? How you guys doing? Really appreciate everybody popping on, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, sorry, GTV. This Saturday, I was gonna talk about this in a little bit, but since I got some of you guys on, I might as well mention it now. Saturday, I was going to talk about a gig I got upcoming. Yeah, Saturday I'm doing a gig, and it's an all-day thing, man. It's crazy. It's about an hour and a half out of town, and it's crazy because it's not just the fact that it's an hour and a half out of town, but we're doing 2 shows in a day at a hotel. Just good hacking you. I'm doing good, Soda Pop. Hope you're well, brother. Yes, and it's 2 gigs in a day, so it's kind of nuts. We're playing like at 2 in the afternoon. We're doing like a full 3-4 sets, and then we got to come back and do it again at 10 o'clock at night. I lost your email, so if you want to send it to me. Okay. Hoping EJ pops in because I can't send you my email because I don't have yours. I'll see if I have your email, GTV. But yeah, Saturday doesn't work, buddy. Sunday maybe. Just let me know, man. If you want to go Sunday, we can. I can definitely do something with you Sunday. After 4 o'clock Sunday. Congrats on the long gigs. Yeah, it's not something to be congratulated for, man. It's a freaking marathon. You know, doing 2 sets in one day. And the first set, like, is about 2 to 5. The second one goes from 10 to 2 a.m. And then I got to drive another hour and a half to get back home. So Saturday is going to be an absolute marathon. Oh, darn. You know what? And I just remembered. Where's your gig, Hack? It's in a town called Port Hope, which is a few miles east of me. Yes, you know what, GTV? Actually, I can't do Sunday after 4 either because I'm rehearsing with this another band. Long gigs are killers. Yeah, they are, Clive. Yeah, and I'm not a young pup, brother. I'm going to be 52 in less than a month. So That's going to be brutal. JC Smith, how are you, sir? Busy hack time. Yeah, it's busy, man. It's busy. Yeah, GTV. Sunday I'm rehearsing with another band. For those of you that don't know, I actually play in 3 different bands. So I know Port Hope. Oh, cool. Cool, Soda Pop. So the second gig is 3 hours. Is that right? Yeah, it's like it's 2 to 5 and then 10 to midnight. Or sorry, 10 to 2 a.m. So it's going to be nuts, man. It's going to be nuts. A couple of the guys are going to stay overnight. Spring chicken. That's all a matter of perspective, buddy. Sweetwater delivery, head rush for my fractal. Oh, great, Paul Lou. Cool, man. Sounds killer, but even, oh, nice, man. That sounds awesome. Enjoy that, brother. Yeah, I guess it's all perspective on whether or not you're a spring chicken. Yeah, you got that right. Crikey. Yeah, so Poo Ninja. Hey, man. Hey, everybody. Just got a minute. Thought I'd say hi and see the Canadian internet. So I got a little different setup today. I'm hardwired. So let's see how that goes. Hacks a marathon. Well, you know what? We'll see how it goes, brother. R2R3. Hey, pal. How are you, man? Hope everything's cool in the Windy City. Hope everything's well. Yeah, marathon, man. We'll see how it goes, man. I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I survive. Caesar's in the house? I haven't seen Caesar pop up. If you haven't already subbed Caesar's giving away a Chapman guitar. I subbed Caesar the other day. Didn't know Caesar about Caesar. And he's got a really cool channel, man, if you want to check it out. Everybody's got a cool channel, man. If you haven't subbed, everybody, Bobby Clipper, rather be 52 than. Yeah, I hear you, brother. Bobby Clipper. Yeah. It's when you hit 50, it's kind of you gotta try to do as much as you can while you still can. Eh? Bobby knows where I'm coming from. I guess Clive also knows where I'm coming from. Yeah, man. Time flies, brother. Do it while you can. Who the hell is Caesar? Caesar's has a guitar, has a also a YouTube channel. All the time out. Oh, I missed that. Man, the timeout. Oh, sorry, I missed that, brother. Let me see if I can catch that comment there, Clive. Sorry, I missed that comment. I don't know why I can't. I'm only seeing like 2 inches of chat. I'm trying to do a split screen here as well. Caesar rocks. Yeah, Clive, Caesar rocks, definitely. Cool, he is in the chat. Oh, he is in the chat. Okay, if Caesar, I haven't seen it. I'm assuming you're in the chat because everyone's saying hi. And if you are, thanks for coming on, brother. Very much appreciate it. Yeah. Can everybody hear me and see me okay? Let me know. I got a guitar in my hands, which is something that Caesar's knows. Oh, nope, he's not in the chat. Okay, well, everybody's saying hi to guy who's not here. That's kind of cool. All right. Paul Lou, sweet congrats. Yeah. So everybody's saying hello. Just see if I can do something to make this look a little bit better here. I wish I could figure this out. You know what? Why don't I just do this? And I don't want to hide. Okay, that's better. I'm just going to. Okay, Cooley is in the chat. Soda Pop, you don't know. JC, did I sub you? Hey, Poon, I'm just reading back here. Sounds awesome. Fine. Okay, that's cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yep, you're good. Thanks, Bobby Clipper. I think I caught everybody. If I haven't, I apologize, but I think I got everybody in the chat. I said hello to everyone. Okay, appreciate everybody being here. Yeah, so like I was saying, yeah, I got a marathon crazy gig coming up, and 2 gigs in one day. I've never done that before, and I've been doing shows on and off since what you playing, Hack? I'll show you. It's a little bit of a surprise. I'll show you that in a bit. It's a surprise for me anyway. Yeah, I've never done that before, and I've been gigging off and on since I was in my 20s. So this is kind of an adventure. How's it going, Shredder? Okay, he's definitely not asking me because I'm definitely not a shredder. Must be asking R2, the Shredmeister. So what am I playing? So everyone's been, mentioning how my love for Les Pauls, which is cool. Yeah, I absolutely love Les Pauls. That is very, very true. But just to show you that I'm not a one-trick pony, that I do actually play more than Les Pauls, I am holding, so you can see that, yes, it's not a Les Paul. It is a Fender Stratocaster. So I do love Les Pauls, don't get me wrong. That's sort of my main guitar, and it's what I gig with 99% of the time. I can get all the sounds that I want out of a Les Paul typically. I will be using a Les Paul for both gigs. I don't have it right now. It's upstairs. Nice chat. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it, brother. I got it upstairs all ready to go. So I just throw it in the car. But I can get pretty much all the sounds that I need out of a Les Paul. Sometimes you just got to have a Strat. Dave's our guitarist. How are you, man? How you doing, brother? Owns a Strat. Yeah, I own a Strat. I own a Telly, too. So don't tell anybody. Did someone leave their guitar here? Same set list for each gig. That remains to be seen, Paul Lou. It's, I don't know, like lately, the singer makes up the sets, and I don't know, lately he just kind of calls stuff out on the fly, because it's, if you gig live, you kind of see the reaction to different songs, and then, you're like, you kind of get a feel for the crowd, and you just start changing things and moving things around and calling out different songs, because you kind of, once you get the vibe, oh, they like that kind of music, okay, let's take that song out of the, the third set, let's just do that one. And I've been with these guys for a long time, and we're pretty comfortable. So, if he calls out a tune, we'll just do it, right? I mean, we're going to do it anyway. Just the order's different. I mean, it's all cool until you get to the end of the night and you're like, what's left? And then it becomes a little bit of an issue, but, So, yeah, we got 14 people watching, and we got 5 thumbs up. That's absolutely fantastic. Guitar Girl, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? See you're still working away on the guitar. I saw you did a little bit of a burst on your pickguard, which looked very cool. Hope you are well. Good afternoon, gang. Hope everyone was all this fine Thursday. Yeah, Dave R. I hope everybody's doing good, man. Pretty good. That's awesome, Guitar Girl. Yeah, I hope everyone is well. I hope everybody is looking forward to the weekend. Soda Pop Guitar. Hey, Guitar Girl. Yeah. Everybody's saying hello to each other, which is very cool. Yeah, the Strat's really cool, man. It's just a different kind of vibe, But I love the sound of the Strat, Always looking forward to the weekend. You got that right, Dave R. Yeah, Strat's got a vibe, man. It's funny, like, and I'm sure most of you are in the same boat. When you grab a Strat or a Les Paul, if we just talk about those two in general, you kind of always play a little different. Ever see Ace playing a Strat? Jimmy T, no, I haven't, but there are photos of Ace playing a Telecaster. But Ace is pretty much known for his Les Pauls, right from day one. Actually, his first Les Paul that he gigged with was actually a deluxe that he had modded. That Strat with the Deputy Marshall pedal is awesome. Oh, you like that? Yeah. You know what, JC Smith? I mean, I am not endorsed, I swear, by Outlaw, but you know, that pedal is just, it's really cool. I still have not had time to sit down with it and decide where I want to put it on my board, but at some point it will be on my board. I mean, it's that good a pedal, and it's dirt cheap. You know, it's really good. If you want a really good sounding overdrive distortion / distortion pedal, highly recommend it. Like Loverboy, everybody's working for the weekend. You got that right. Everybody's working for the weekend. Yeah. Yeah. So I hope everybody has a good weekend. Yeah, it's a great pedal. Yeah, it's a, you know, Strats. I don't know. I love Strats. I mean, the only reason that I don't really gig with the Strat is honestly, it's just because I've got all my stuff sort of set up, you know, for a Paul, for humbuckers. I am SHIT. Wait, what? Oh, EJ's in the house. Brother EJ, how are you, man? Cheers, Dave Art. So how many guitars do you own, Guitar Hack? Okay. There's the question. Okay, you know what? I don't think I've ever discussed how many guitars I have or what guitars I have. I may have. I don't know. But how about everybody guessing? How many guitars do you think the Hack has? Now that you know I like some Fenders also. EJ's the SHIT? Yeah. 400 guitars. No, not even close, Soda. I wish, man. I'd have to buy a bigger house, brother. No, not 400. 5, 15, 10. Lockingnut's pretty close. Closest one so far. Hey, Jimmy T. 4 LPs. Wow. I guess I must have mentioned it, or Guitar Girl is psychic. As far as Les Pauls go, yes, I have 4. Two Strats? I don't have 2 Strats. No. 1 Strat is good enough for me. 8. Yeah, okay. Well, you guys are both pretty. You know what? I actually have to think about it because I've been buying and selling. I do that quite a bit. What was the question, Guitar Hack? The question, EJ, was how many guitars do I own? EJ's guitars I won't make SHIT. Oh, okay. Oh, Clive's not going to be able to see your show, EJ. Oh, God, my wife is trolling me again. Hey, sweetie. Sweetie, how are you? No worries, Clive. There's always the replay. Yeah. Yeah, if you miss anybody's, you can always watch the replay, man. Yeah, so we got 14 people watching. That's cool. Just a electric, 9 electric, 1 acoustic. Just finished going to rehearsal. Yeah, my wife is going to rehearsal. For those of you that don't know, my wife is an incredible singer, and I'm not saying that just because I'm married to her, but she is. I mentioned earlier I was in 3 bands. My wife sings in 2 of them, just to give you an idea how good a singer she is. You know, and it's not because I'm married to her and she's good looking. It's just she's a great singer. Yeah, everybody's saying hello to my wife. I have 7 electric and 2 acoustics. Okay, all right, I'll spill the beans. So, obviously, by Pepper. Shut up. You're a good singer, Lynn. Face it. Hello, y'all. Are you in the band? No. We're in bands together and we're in bands separately. 7 electric get fiddles. Hey, Pepper, we have some awesome pipes, lady. Yeah, I posted a video of my wife. One of the projects that I'm in with my wife, it's a band called Rebel Charm. Well, let's put it this way. I'm the weak link in that band because they're fantastic musicians, and my wife is singing, of course. And have fun, y'all. Thanks, Lynn. Have a good rehearsal. See you later. Yeah, we're in a band called Rebel Charm together, and we did. My wife organizes a cancer fundraiser. She did the last couple of years. This year we're not doing one because just things are okay. See you, Lynn. Have a good rehearsal. Rogers and Bell. Not today, EJ. I'm hardwired today. Anyways, so I was saying, so yeah, so she does a cancer fundraiser, and that was a video from the last one that she organized, and we had Rebel Charm play, and Rebel Charm is just a fantastic band. Female singers, you can do a lot. I mean, there's not a lot of male singers, at least that I've had the fortune to play with that have that amount of range. So I can do things with a female singer, namely my wife, that I can't play with the other band. When it's things like, Heart, of course, which is one of my favorite bands, Journey, Foreigner, stuff like that. Like there's really, when you're trying to pick songs. Todd Flowers, how are you, sir? Nice to see you. There's really no limit as far vocally when you're picking songs, because she has such a great range, and yeah, awesome cause. Yeah, EJ. Unfortunately, cancer has had a devastating effect on both my wife's family and my family. My mom is going through it currently. My dad passed away. I don't want to get into make it all depressing, but it's just one of those things that we always any cancer related charities. I've already I've done already one this year. I did a sick kids hospital about 2 weeks ago. We're all over that because that's something that's unfortunately affected our family and has affected a lot of families obviously out there. So anyways, I don't want to get all this is supposed to be fun, so let's get on this talking about guitars and music and so on. So yeah, so the female singer thing is great because I can do a lot of things that I can't normally do with the other band. Not that the other band, we do some cool stuff, but it's always nice to open up a lot of different bands. So yeah. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked here. So getting back to the guitar, how many guitars cancer does suck? Yeah, it's anyway, it's horrible. Yeah, I once read the average guitar player on 6 or 7. Who wants to be an average guitar player? Buy more guitars. I am totally with you on that, Paul Lou. Totally with you, brother. Okay, so obviously, the conception is correct. Of the guitars that I own, by far, I own more Les Pauls than anything. I could honestly own 20 Les Pauls. Like Les Pauls for me are like crack. I could just go off on Les Pauls, man. 18 people watching. That's amazing. Thank you so much, folks. Yeah, so I've got 4 Les Pauls, and they're all different, and they all sound different, and I've done videos and I've A/B'd different Les Pauls. Some of them I no longer own, but but anyways, yeah, I've got 4 Les Pauls. I've got a 2016 standard. I've got a 2005 standard. I've got a 2005 classic, and I've got a 2018 classic. So those are my 4 Les Pauls, and they all sound different. I told my husband anything that costs less than $200. Yeah. That's a good plan, Guitar Girl. Unfortunately, there's not a hell of a lot you can buy for $200, not with Les Pauls anyway. Play Shock Me. I got the wrong guitar for that, Soda Pop. Wrong guitar. It'll sound like donkey poo on this thing. So I only have 2 guitars. Hey, I had 1 guitar for a long time. I mean, it's just, over time, you start accumulating them. So yeah, I've got 4 Les Pauls. I've got, how many Fenders have I got? I got 2. I got 2 Fenders. I've got this Strat that I showed you earlier, and I've got a Telecaster. So those are my 2 Strats. I also have an ES339, which I showed a couple shows back, and I got a really cool video where I A/B'd an ES339 with a standard, so you can kind of hear the difference. Those 2 guitars, they do sound a lot different. What else have I got? I've got an Ernie Ball Music Man. How many is that? Is that 8? I think I'm down to 8 now. Can relate to the Les Pauls. I have many, but my favorite is my Sully Erna model Gibby. Yeah, EJ, hate your guts. Okay, so we got a little bit of potential violence happening with Soda Pop. Hey, Guitar Hack, did you do Rick? Yeah, you know what, EJ? I'm waiting, man. This week has been absolutely nuts, but I am going to do the Rick Romanelli Les Paul Challenge. I just got to decide which Les Paul I'll use for that. Do you have a Friedman? I wish I did, GTV. Those things are fantastic, but they're also crazy expensive. No. Amplifier-wise, I've only got I've got 3 amps, and none of them are Friedmans. But as far as amps, I'm kind of a Marshall guy. I'm really old school, man. It's like Marshall and Les Paul. That's basically my my bag. Yeah. Just kidding. Okay, a little bit of joking around going there between EJ and Soda Pop. Yeah, I did have an acoustic. I had an Ovation acoustic that I didn't play for a long time, and I sold that. I've sold a lot of guitars. I sold that. I sold a Les Paul early this year. Yeah. You know, they come and they go. I had a Les Paul Deluxe, a 1980 Gold Top Les Paul Deluxe that I sold. You know, they come and they go. Old man Dan, how are you, man? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. It's a Zakk Wylde song. Oh, okay. So Soda Pop's talking about a Zakk Wylde song. Yeah, I've never played the Zakk Wylde guitars. I haven't even seen one, actually, in any of the stores here. Yeah, and generally, as I said earlier, when I gig, I pretty much gig with Les Pauls just because, you know, they're just fat. I mean, it's really fat. When I hit a solo, I know what to expect. And, you know, they're super versatile, right? Like I go through everything. I use all the pickups. I'm constantly switching between songs. You can get a lot of mileage out of a Les Paul. Old man Dan, everybody's saying your Les Paul collection is a beast. Yeah, I'd like to make it bigger, GTV. Can I go to Guitar Center, pick and do the challenge? R2R3, you don't own Les Paul. Wow. Yeah, no tone at all with Les Paul and Mark. Yeah, J.C. Smith, yeah. Horrible tone. I don't recommend Les Pauls and Marshall. It's horrible. I don't know who came up with that. Paul Lou put up, yeah. Yeah, do the Rick Romanelli for all you folks out there that've got Les Pauls. It's a cool thing. A lot of people are doing that. That's cool. You damn right. I like to try one, but I don't the battery thing. I don't know what you're meaning there, Soda Pop. If you're talking about Les Pauls, the battery thing is long gone, my friend. Field trip. Oh, yeah, go to a field. Yeah, do a field trip. Go to Guitar Center, try some Les Pauls. Jason Wade, what would you do for a free? I don't know, Jason. I can't dance, brother. So I don't know. Mr. BHB, how are you, sir? Bruce, how's it going, buddy? How you liking that that Fender? How you liking that amp, brother? I'm sure it sounds fantastic, especially with that telly, man. That telly you have, Bruce, is absolutely gorgeous. Always liked that look of the telly, that whole light-colored butterscotchy thing. I love that. Last track, hey, Jason. Just reading the chat here, folks. I don't like EMGs. Oh, you're talking about the Zakk Wylde. Oh, I didn't know that. They all come stock EMGs, eh? You know what? I can't really say anything bad about EMGs because I've never owned them. Actually, the Les Paul, just the way. Yeah, yeah, the EMG thing. I've never owned a guitar with EMGs. I'm really old, well, in age and style-wise, because I'm all about, you know, really low output pickups. That's the whole thing. I'm loving the Fender Strat and Blues Jr. Oh, cool, Bruce. That's awesome, man. What's your favorite pickup position on the Strat? I don't know. I don't know how you count the positions, but because everybody counts one from, you know, a different point. My one for me with Strats is that I go from the bridge is 1 and then I go up. And for me, it's either 2 or the 4, where they're both engaged, and you get the nice quacky sound. I think those are my 2 favorites. Actually, and the bridge. I like the bridge. The bridge is, if you're trying to get some crunch, the bridge sounds pretty cool too. It's a dream. My telly's a natural. Yeah, Bruce. Yeah, I know, man. But it's got that vibe that I was talking, that creamy vibe that I like. Sometimes. Okay, I missed. Old man. Man, this is going by fast. Ask GTV what he would do for a Friedman. Are you in the market for a Friedman GTV? I don't blame you if you are, man. I agree. It took me years to acquire it. GC Smith. Hey, Todd Flowers, me too, guitar. I love my antiquities and Seth Lovers. Yeah, vintage pickups are cool, man. Low output pickups. Absolutely love them. True, sir. Yeah, that's the Telly's, man. I don't see my Telly's black, and you're gonna laugh, but I almost got rid of it because it's black, just like you get a butterscotch. But you know what? It's funny. I went to a guitar store and I played a bunch of butterscotches, and I'm like, but they're really expensive now. They really jacked the prices on the the American Professional and the Elite and all that. And then I came home and I grabbed mine and I played one chord, and I'm like, man, this thing sounds so good. Even though it's black, I can't get rid of it. It's just, my Telly sounds so good. And it plays so well. It's just a great guitar. Wingy neck on my Paisley Telly. Oh, okay, cool, old man. Dan. Now that I added the mini toggle on my Strat, I play ton in 5. Oh, okay. Okay, so you're like, yeah, that for the Hendrixy sound, the position 5 on the Strat always sounds cool. And this Strat's got the Fat 50 pickups on it, which is why I bought it, because I've owned, this is my second Strat. I owned a classic, what did they call it? Sorry. They call it a Strat Plus. It had lace sensors on it. It was one of the first gen lace sensor Strats. It had the 3 golds on it. And I don't know, I never really liked those pickups. And so I want to make sure when I got a Strat that I had, some fatter sounding pickups. And these pickups are pretty fat. I don't know how well you can hear this, because this mic doesn't really sound good with guitar. But like, I'm in the bridge pickup right now and I'm playing through my Marshall DSL. But you can, just from the chord, you can hear how fat these are. Like, that's the bridge pickup, which is the thinnest. And, it's pretty fat, man. Which is why I like it. But still not, you still can't compare it to a humbucker. But for a Strat, it's good. Jason, wait, so if Jimi Hendrix played his with the neck pickup be... Oh, yeah, Jimi Hendrix played it back. Cool, my Strat has the new V-Mod pickups, vintage mod. Oh, yeah? How do they sound, Bruce? 20 hacks in the house. Get out. Wow. I think that might be a record. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good one, peeps. Got to go. Okay, Clive, man. Thanks for tuning in, man. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the support, buddy. Rock on. You have a great weekend, sir. Missionary getting out. Oh, God. I don't want to get in. I'm not going to touch that one, Jason. They sound incredible, eh? That's good, Bruce. Yeah, man, when you got a good guitar and it's sounding good, you're always going to play. You're always going to play better. So I got a couple of big announcements actually coming up, folks. So we got 20 in the house. So as some of you may know, I'm doing these Monday streams as well. And when I do the Monday streams, I'm doing like a hangout thing, and I'm basically almost turning it into kind of, I just think it's interesting to interview people, YouTubers, fellow YouTubers, people that we see in the chat and people that we talk to in the chat. And, you hear when they do their shows, you kind of get little glimpses of, what they do and, their background and this and that. But I was, for me, it's always interesting to meet people and find out where they're coming from guitar-wise, what they're into and stuff. So I've done a couple of these Monday sort of interview things. I did one with EJ. EJ was my first, person on, because EJ was the first one that ever had me on. So I thought, let's do EJ first. And then I had Ben Coombs. We did this massive one. Altogether, after, if you saw that one, my internet crapped out, and then I did a part 2. But man, that was like 3 hours of talking to Ben and finding out where he was coming from. And I got a big guest coming up on the next one Monday. And I don't know if I should make it a surprise, but most of you know this individual, and this is a very mysterious person, meaning that he's done a million shows. But hey, Michael Smith, how are you, sir? Thanks for tuning in, man. So this Ace, Jimmy T. Oh, man, if I could get Ace on, brother, I would retire from life. Yeah, no, I wish it was Ace, brother. I wish it was Ace. No, this person is very mysterious. You've seen him on YouTube for the longest time. Ace Frehley, I wish. Jason Wade, I absolutely wish. But yeah, this person's been on YouTube for a long time, and I'm very honored and delighted that he agreed to actually hang out with this melon and appear on screen with me and hear some and share a show and answer a few questions. So I'm going to leave it as a surprise. I think I'm going to leave it as a surprise. Yeah, I'll hang it out there. Yeah, cliffhanger. Hey, cliffhanger. So stay tuned for my hangout on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I got a surprise guest. And I'm working on actually another surprise guest that everybody knows as well. That's a fantastic guy. I just love this guy. So I'll have him on. That date we're still kind of working on, and that might not fall on a Monday because I don't know if you're familiar, but with the Canadian Thanksgiving, but it falls on the 11th, so it might be another day of the week. We're still trying to figure out the day, and but when we figure out the day, I'll post it, and I cannot wait to talk to this individual, and just as much as I cannot wait to talk to the person I'm speaking to on Monday. That should be fantastic. And there is also, for you Kiss fans, there's a little bit of a Kiss connection to the person I'm talking to on Monday. So check that out. Monday at 7 o'clock. Guitar Hack, when you had Ben Coombs on, I was unaware that Monday was a thing for you streaming. Yeah. No worries, Bruce. Yeah, I just, I don't know, like, I'm kind of feeling my way through this. Thanks, Zach. I'll come on your show. Soda Pop has invited himself. Brother, I'll get to everybody, man, at some point. I'm only doing it once a week, so, but if you want to do it, brother, I'll add your name to the list. No worries. Rob Chapman. I wish I could get Rob Chapman on this show. That'd be fantastic. No, it's not Rob Chapman. Oh, thanks, Guitar Hack. Oh, wait, he's not talking about me. R2R3, you're more than welcome, brother. Yeah, I'm going to, at some point, I'll probably have all of you on. Not all at once, just one at a time. Bob and Doug McKenzie. Yeah, I don't, the round tables are cool, but what I find with the round tables is you don't really learn much about anybody individually. So when I do this, I want to do them one-on-one. The whole point is I want everybody to get, to share their story and share their passion and about the guitar and music and just learn about them. I learned this morning that when I do a game stream, everybody flees. Yeah. Well, Old Man Dan, I'm sure there's a lot of gamer people out there that would probably be interested in what you're doing. Doing good, Mr. Okay, everybody's saying hello to you. I'm wearing my Bob Marley shirt on today, feeling all dread like Rastaman. Cool, man. Cool, Bruce. I like that. It gets hard to follow with a bunch of guests. Yeah, Guitar Girl. Yeah, I got to have you on. I want everybody to come on at some point, and if it becomes a regular thing, I might just do the Mondays and, and do the Barbara Walters thing. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just like hearing people's stories and where everybody's coming from. I was going to watch, but got tied up with work. Hey, no worries, Dave Art. Be like it, man. Everybody's got lives. I don't expect everybody to. The fact that I got 19 people watching now is unbelievable, man. Everybody's got lives. It's no worries. 6:30. Oh, we're at 7:10 now. I know it's kind of early for some of you, but I don't want to take take people away from somebody else's is live stream, right? And normally Ben comes on at 8, so I don't want to, you know, that's why I picked this time. I thought if I do Thursdays, you know, I don't want to interrupt anybody. So don't let him fool you. Get your wife on. Yeah, Guitar Girl, I've asked her, and she's kind of like, my wife is very reserved and very shy. And the fact when I told her, when I posted the vids and I was showing her the comments, you know, she's like, you know, she's kind of scratching her head like, why would anybody want to watch me sing? You know, so, you know, that's kind of her attitude, right? You know, that's one of the reasons why I love her. I'm retired, plenty of time. That's awesome, Todd Flowers. That's good, man. Hope you're enjoying your retirement. You know, retirement, you got all kinds of time. Do the things you love to do, man. You should interview one of your Les Pauls. Yeah, if it would talk back, it'd be awesome, EJ. It's a great idea, brother. Humble. Yeah, she's very humble. She doesn't even like when I call her a good singer or when I give her all the props. She's like, stop it. You know, it's like, man, if I could sing like her, I wouldn't even bother playing. The only reason I play is because I can't sing. Poor Ben is probably wrapped up in his... Yeah, you saw that, AJC Smith. Yeah, you can't take that guy anywhere, man. he'll literally be wearing your door. Make it talk, baby. Yeah, I wish I could, Jason Wade. I'm just a hack, brother. Guitar hack. That's my name. It's what I do. JC and House Full of Rippers. Yeah, you know, every once in a while, it's nice just to pull this thing out and just play it because it sounds so different, you know? So nice. Just a really nice sounding guitar, you know? So yeah, so that's my big news. Got a couple of surprise guests coming up. Well, does anyone else sing and play? As far as myself, I'll make it sing. Yeah, Soda. Yeah, you'll probably do a better job than me, brother. As far as sing and play, backup vocals is all I do, and I can't even harmonize. I just reinforce whatever note is being hit. I wouldn't. It's funny because in the bands that I'm in with my wife, she won't even let me near the mic. So in one band, I don't qualify for even backups, but in the other band, I get yelled at if I don't do backups. So figure that one out. You are number one. Yeah, Guitar Girl, man. You got. I mean, I've said this to you multiple times. You have an absolutely fantastic voice. Absolutely fantastic, and you should. I'm hoping you're going to share more of that. You sing, because I just love your voice. It's fantastic. You've got a lot of soul. You've got power control. You've got it all. No way you get to, bro, man. When did you get here? I can't sing. Yeah. You know, I wanted to be in a band and I wanted to participate. So because I can't sing, it's like, okay, let me try to learn an instrument. Yeah, so between the surprise guests and my marathon this weekend, that's really all I've got going on. If anybody's got any questions about anything, you know, I guess for me mainly, if you got any questions about gear or guitars, gigging, what I'm going to use, what I plan on using, how I get my different sounds, you know, how I approach all the different material that we do, you know, just let me know. Let me know. Guitar Girl. Yeah. R2R3. Yeah, man. Goosebumps for sure. I think we're embarrassing her now. She's probably turning like 3 shades of red right now. Are you up for another round of Crack the Hack? Jimmy T, I am always ready, my friend. Fire away. Crack the Hack. That reminds me of the Eddie Trunk, Stump the Trunk from what was that show that he did with if anybody can remember the name of that show, Rock Hour. I can't even. I don't know the name of that show. It was a VH1 show. I wish I had a working version of. Okay, don't know what that is. Okay, Jimmy T's gonna try and stump me again with some Kiss trivia. What pedals do you use regularly? Okay, okay. Todd Flowers, guitar sings. I need you waiting for Friedman. That metal show. Yeah, thanks, Soda Pop. What pedals do I use? So Todd Flowers, I use 3 different overdrive pedals, and the way I set them up is sort of from least gain to more gain. And so I use a Marshall governor pedal. And then I use a Plimsoll by Full Tone pedal, and then for my really heavy overdrive, I'll use a Wampler Pinnacle Deluxe, and then I've got a Corona Chorus. I've got a hypergravity compressor. I've got, of course, a Tube Screamer for my boosts, and then for reverb, I use the TC Electronic Hall of Fame. I use a flashback TC Electronic flashback delay, and then I've got a spark booster at the end of the chain. And are those all my pedals? Oh, and then I've got a mini Crybaby wah for those special occasions, and a Polytune. So not a crazy pedal board, but it's enough. And with that, I can pretty much cover everything from Neil Diamond to Green Day. So with one band, and with the other band, I mean, I can, everything from Journey to, well, that band is pretty much all heavy guitar. So Journey, Bon Jovi, Foreigner, yeah, it covers Cranberries, covers the gamut. I can pretty much get all my sounds from that. A little bit of tap dancing, but it all gets done. So those are all my pedals. Okay, I just missed some of the chat. It's telling me I could get project cards and just try it. Yeah, that would be cool. Okay, you're talking Guitar Hack. Can you name a Kiss song where Ace uses the relative minor scale? Ooh, whoa, that's a good one. Can you name it? Yeah, relative minor. So basically, you're saying major pentatonic. Ace using the major pentatonic exclusively? No, I don't think there's any Kiss songs where he uses it exclusively. Borrow notes from it? Yeah, probably. But he's pretty much exclusive minor pentatonic, and with grace notes and borrowed notes from the major. So to answer your question, I can't think of any song where he uses it exclusively. No. How many students do you have? At my job right now, I'm finishing up. I think I've got about 65. You indicated we're too easy. Yeah, Jimmy T. Yeah, you stumped me, brother. Wampler's releasing a Blues Breaker. Oh, that's cool, GTV. I had no idea. Hack, that is a very good answer. So I was able to answer it. Jason Wade, Cold Gin? Cold Gin doesn't really have a solo. I mean, he does some fills in it, but they're strictly minor pentatonic fills. I could play Cold Gin on the Strat, but it'll sound like total crap. I think I played that riff the last video. I think somebody was asking me for it. Jimmy T is getting technical. The way you qualified your answer was smart. Yeah, I mean, just to give you an idea. So here's a minor pentatonic. I don't know if you can hear this. Let me know if you can hear this. There's a minor pentatonic, but Ace will play like most of us. He'll put grace notes in there. So for example, instead of just Ace will do. So some of those notes are are from the major mixed in there. No, I like to drink cold gin. Yeah, cold gin's good. As far as I know, I agree. I didn't look this up for an official answer. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he ever did straight up with Cherry 7 Up, Hot Toe Mighty. You know, Major Pentatonic, there's a couple of tunes. I mentioned this the other day that the band's doing now that are country tunes, and I'm about as far away from country as you can imagine. And, you know, and I'm soloing, and I'm playing basically a lot of Major Pentatonic stuff with some added things here and there. And it's a different vibe, man. Like, you know, you can do a lot mixing just the major and the minor. I saw an interview actually with Slash, who's you know, of course, a fantastic guitar player. And all Slash ever plays, and he mentions this because they were asking him about all these fancy scales, and he says, listen, he says, all I know is major, minor, pentatonic, you know, and he does some modal stuff. And that's the extent. And he can get a lot of mileage out of that, as you well know from, you know, the stuff he does. I think B.B. King used to mix major and minor blues all the time. Yeah, a lot of people mix major and minor. Yeah. I mean, you know, it gives it, it kind of brings it to life when you throw in those extra notes, those grace notes. It's a Jameson tonight. Oh, sounds good, Bruce. I was country and country wasn't cool. Hey, that's a pretty good lyric. You should write a song around that, Jason. No doubt, Bruce. Thanks, Todd Flowers, Owen Jan. Hey, guitar. Hey, Zach Thong in the house. Hey, brother, how are you? Nice to see you, man. Yeah. So, yeah, the major and the minor pentatonic. I mean, you know, you can do stuff like, you know, like that. So that run is, you know, major and minor blended, right? It gives it a different flavor, right? Instead of just doing, you know, straight minor pentatonic, you know, where you'd go like, you know, you play something nice, something a little more melodic, right? You know, it just gives it a little flavor. It just sounds a little nicer, you know. But again, it depends on the style and the song that you're playing it, right? Just use your friggin' ears and you can't go wrong. Yeah, exactly, right? Guitar hack, I'm like you, like my scotch, than other types of. Yeah, you know what, Mr. BH, before I sat down to do this, I was having some Bullet bourbon and of course my cigar. Cigar of the day was an Alec Bradley Prensado Lost Art. Fantastic cigar, and you can't go wrong with Bullet bourbon. Southern rock and bluegrass are as country as I get. Yeah, well, you know, the country rock, they play a lot of major, minor, pentatonic stuff. Make your own scales. Yeah, you can make your own. Well, that's basically what you do, right? You make up your own scales. You take flavors of different things. Soda Pop, yeah, I don't think Ace did an exclusively, maybe some notes here and there. Yeah, I know there's no way he played an exclusive major pentatonic. I would stick out like a sore thumb, Jimmy T. I have no idea what I play, just do it. You know what? If you've got that fine-tuned ear, old man, my hat goes off to you, because you know, I just know a bunch of patterns, and just over time I kind of know what works. But if you can do that without even knowing any patterns, that's fantastic. I do not have that ability. Did you ever check out the Steel Drivers? Okay. Oh, that's for Guitar Girl. Bourbon, buttery aftertaste. Yeah. If you've never tried, now we're getting into alcohol. If you've never tried the Bullet bourbon, Bruce, I would highly recommend it, sir. You would love it. Cigars and bourbon, 2 thumbs up from JC Smith, man. You cannot go wrong with that. That's a great combination. And YouTube say, no, not in his wheel. No, it's not in his wheelhouse, Jimmy T. He's not that kind of player. Major skill users. Yeah, totally. Allman Brothers, Leonard Skinner, a lot of those country, sort of southern rock, well, not country, but southern rock guys, that's what they do. You know, that's how you get that taste, right? Dave R's cigars and Scotch bourbon, take your pick. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm all over that. Cigars, I basically try to take a moment out of each day usually after work, and then maybe preferably after dinner, and I'll sit down and have a cigar and a bourbon or cigar with bourbon or scotch. I have basic patterns and riff I use, then just move them. Yeah, that's what most of us do, old man Dan. George Lynch only plays patterns and his licks are tasty. Oh, George Lynch is a beast. But I saw an interview with George Lynch and talking about his playing, and he plays a lot of outside stuff too. That's the other thing that I'd like to get better at, is playing outside stuff, meaning like outside, you know, the box kind of thing, and playing like more chromatic as well, and throwing outside stuff. That takes a real skill, because you got to know when to come out and when to come back in. Because if you're out too long, then it just sounds like noise. But if you know when to go outside and come back inside, then it sounds really, really tasty. Everyone, including guitar. How many songs have an alcoholic beverage? Oh man. Well, cold gin is one, Jason Wade. Alcoholic beverage. I don't know. There's I don't know enough songs to name it. That's the one that pops into my head immediately. The blues, not the flatted 5. The flatted 5 is this note. That's the flat 5th right there. Jason Wade, Kiss songs or any? Oh, well, Kiss song. The only alcohol Kiss song is Cold Gin. There's a ton. Yeah, there is probably a ton of them. I just don't know. Can't think of any offhand other than the Kiss tune. Hey, old man. Okay, everybody's just saying hello. Sack Thong is saying hello. Whiskey in a Jar. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. A little Thin Lizzy there, redone by Metallica. I prefer the Thin Lizzy. Tennessee Whiskey is a good one to cover. Who does that? Guitar Girl? So you can hear right away, right? Like if I do this, you get that in your head, then I do something like, there's a relative minor. So it's got a whole different melodic feel to it, right? One bourbon, one scotch, one beer. Yeah, there you go. I got 3 of them there. Soda Pop. See, oh, Soda Pop's leaving. Okay, Soda Pop. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate it. Okay, we got 16 people watching. This is very, very cool. Appreciate you all. Chris Stapleton, a country artist, adopted the old country. That's probably why I never heard of a Guitar Girl. I don't listen to country at all. Ever try mixing scales in like Mixolydian for getting out of the box? Mixing scales. What I'll do, JC Smith, is, I mean, you've got, you know, basically you've got the major sounding modes and the minor sounding modes, and what I'll do is I'll kind of mix them up. And what I mean by that is, you know, if it's a minor tonality, you know, I'll mix the Dorian with the Aeolian with the Phrygian, and then if it's major tonality, then I'll do Ionian, Lydian, and Mixolydian, and I'll just kind of like feel my way through and kind of see what works and what doesn't. You just got to be real, you know, real picky on your note choice. Chris, here, the Steel Drivers. Bam. Okay. The Steel Drivers. Is that a country band? Let me know. How about some beer for my word? Now I have to check them out. Steel Drivers. Never heard of the Steel Drivers. Love this guitar. Very easy to play. Something about maple necks This has got a maple neck on it. I don't know. I have a preference with Fenders that I prefer the maple necks on the Fenders. Sorry, maple fretboards. I don't know. It's just a personal thing. For me, Tellys and Strats, they just feel better with the maple fretboards. You know, just the same as if I've got a Les Paul, I want a rosewood, obviously, but it just, I don't know, the necks just feel, the fretboards and the necks and just the playability, I just like, you know, just like it. Now I have to check them out. In advance, you're welcome. Oh, cool. Yeah, so does anybody have any, we're talking about bands and things, and I bet your favorite will be, oh, okay. Still talking about they're slightly brighter than the Rosewood. Yeah, probably Old Man Dan. They're probably brighter sounding. I've never really A-B'd them. But you know, if something's a little brighter sounding, you can always play around with the EQ, right? I played Strats for many years, but Leo put the volume in the wrong place. The volume in the wrong place? Yeah, what I find sometimes, because I play mainly Les Pauls, is sometimes the way I hit the guitar, I actually change the volume. Play some Clapton. I don't really know any Clapton other than, you know, cocaine. That's all I know for Clapton. How many guitars do you have with maple fretboards? My 2 Fenders. Oh, and my Ernie Ball Music Man. Those are the 3. The Ernie Ball Music Man, it's an Access Super Sport, if you're familiar with that model. I think I showed it the other day. That neck is just something else. I can pretty much go from guitar to guitar with like very minimal adjustment. Like, you know, like you could pop it in my hands and switch from one guitar to another, and I can keep going. But when I play the Music Man for a long time, and then I go back to like a Les Paul neck, it's like the Les Paul neck feels like a baseball bat. And I've got 60 slim taper necks on all my Pauls, so it takes a lot to for me anyway to adapt to the new neck. That's the only guitar that it's hard for me to swap, you know, because I've done it before where I've or even going between that and a Fender neck, because I used to take 2 guitars to gigs, and I would, for the heavier stuff, because I needed the humbuckers, I'd use the Ernie Ball, and I'd get used to playing that, and then I'd pick up a Strat, and it always felt weird for the first couple of minutes. Would anyone ever try a Gibson double neck? I'd love to try one. I think they're pretty cool. I mean, they're iconic, right? You know, like the Alex Lifeson, you know, had that cream. What was it, white or cream? Double neck SG that he used on Xanadu, and of course Jimmy Page, the famous red one that he used for Song Remains the Same. I'm sure they weigh a ton though. When I saw Rush on their farewell tour, and Alex pulled out that double neck, I mean, that thing is a massive guitar. I mean, Alex Lifeson's a big guy, right? But you could tell even he was kind of struggling with it. So probably not the most comfortable thing to play, but man, they look really cool. They're just too close to that one. Yeah, I learned to adjust. Yeah, Dave Art, it's a bit of an adjustment. I got a custom pickguard. I'm not very adaptive. Okay, I suck at playing 6 strings, but I'm way worse on 12. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, brother. Jimmy T. Oh, Guitar Girl was asking me about the rake. double nut guitars just don't do it. Double neck, maybe if I grew 2 arms. Yeah, it's not for everybody, man. You know, they just look really cool, but I mean, they're not, unless you're in a band like Led Zeppelin or Rush, they're not practical for most people, right? You know, where you'd want a 12 string and a 6 string. Thank you. The rake is the tastiest sound. Yeah, you were mentioning that. You really like the rake. Yeah. Yeah, raking is cool. Yeah. Vibrato too. For me, it's a big part of it is the vibrato. Steve Vai's white gem triple guitar is pretty cool. One neck is fretless. Yeah. Yeah, I remember those. Well, you want to talk about multiple necks. Rick Nielsen from Cheap Trick. He's got, what, 6 or 7 necks on a guitar? Your Michelangelo Badio. Yeah, that guy's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like a circus guitar playing. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So we got 16 people watching, 18 thumbs up. Thank you so much, everybody. Yeah, so if you're new to the channel, and I think pretty much these are all very familiar names, but if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do. I do these Thursday night things pretty regularly now, and as I mentioned earlier, I started doing these Monday hangout things, but hang out with just one person, and I just interview people and find out their backgrounds, fellow YouTubers, people that most of you already know. And I got a special guest coming in on Monday, and another guest that I'm working on. Hopefully I'll have him in another couple of weeks. So to be ambidextrous, yeah, Badio's a beast. Yeah, he is ambidextrous. Steve Vai did the same thing where he's had like a double neck and he's playing out of both sides. I'm new. How do you? Yeah, you're new, all right, Bruce. Yeah. So anybody got any questions? Anything the guitar hack artists you like to cover? Bobby Clipper. Artists I like to cover. Well, obviously I love playing. I'll play Kiss. I do a couple of Kiss tunes right now in a couple of different bands. I really like Foreigner and Journey and sort of that whole 80s thing I really like. What's the blues thing next? Yeah, there's no specific, artist that I enjoy covering. You know, I like playing a variety of different stuff. You know, but it's just as well. There's a lot of stuff that I'd rather not play that unfortunately I have to play because it's just stuff that really works for in a bar band and gets people up and dancing. But yeah. As long as we play it well, like we worked on a couple of new tunes last night. You know, I don't know if you've ever heard of a band called the Romantics, an 80s band. They had 2 big hit singles, and we're doing one of theirs, and we're doing a Rolling Stones song. We worked on those last night, so yeah. As long as it's a cool tune and it sounds good, I'm pretty much good with it. You know, as long as it's not country. Not that there's anything wrong with country, it's just not my bag. Although I've been forced to play some country lately. What's your favorite YouTube guitar channel to watch? Wow. That's hard, Jimmy. So I watch a lot of YouTube. There's a lot of channels I like. I don't know if I have a favorite. There's a lot of YouTube channels I watch. You know. One of the first YouTube channels that I started watching was actually Phil That was one of my first ones. Yeah, Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of them, you know. So it's hard to pick. You know what? Generally though, I as a as I like to watch just regular people, to be honest with you. You know, anybody that comes off as authentic, you know, and especially when they're taught. Like if I'm interested in a piece of gear, I'd much rather watch a person who, you know, somebody in their house, kind of like me, you know, that sort of has it and talks about it, as opposed to watching, you know, somebody who's, you know, doing an advertisement for a store. Like the Andertons guys, I love too. They're really entertaining. But, you know, least favorite. Well, if it's a least favorite, I don't watch it. At least favorite. You know, as long as, like I said, you know, as long as it's entertaining, educational, I'm in, man. Suave Trainwreck, good evening. How are you? Thanks for popping in. Johnny Beane is one of my favorites. Yeah, Johnny Beane's cool, man. Yeah, I you know what? I only discovered Johnny Beane. Marco Images, how are you? I'm well, brother. I hope you're well also. Yeah, Johnny Beane, I didn't know about Johnny Beane until I started watching Canucks with Guitars. Then I got into, actually I'm wearing my Canucks with Guitar shirt right now. Yeah, Johnny Beane's cool. You know, the thing is, a lot of the Johnny Beane stuff is all obviously, if you watch Johnny Beane, you know it's all sort of revolves around EVH guitars and Eddie Van Halen. And least favorite music is Win. Yeah, you know, it's you know, it's like anything else, right? Jimmy T, or sorry, Todd Flowers. You know, some personalities you kind of, you know, you gel with, and some personalities, you know, you're not, you know, they kind of rub you the wrong way, or it's like anything else. It's like there's people you want to hang out with, and then there's people you don't want to hang out with. So yeah, I can see what why you may have an issue with Music Is Win, or any number of people. I mean, yeah. You inspired me to grab my strap, but it is 2.5 step down. Yeah, my guitars are either full or half step, depending on which band I'm using them with. Because I got one band it's all half step, and the other ones are not. Way too many don't. How everybody has a time to watch. Yeah, Marco's Images. There's way too many channels, and there's way too many people. That's why, you know, like when somebody comes on and says, "Oh, you know, I missed your show," or, you know, or I gotta go, I just popped in. I mean, you know, life goes on, man. I mean, I don't expect the world to end because I get on for 2 minutes, you know, a few minutes, and start yakking. I mean, you know, I try to support as many people as I can, and even if I don't watch their videos all the way through, you know, I'll pop in, say hello, you know. But yeah, life, I mean, you know, we all have lives. I mean, got jobs, kids, the whole 9 yards. I hope you're having a good day. Yeah, so I totally hear you, Marco. Totally, man. I was talking about, not camera, what the hell I was talking about. Oh, channels, least channels, favorite channels. Yeah. But yeah, most I mean, you know, one of the cool things about, you know, this community is we've got different people with you know, different expertise, different levels of playing, different experiences, and, you know, we're all just regular folks, and you know, it's nice to you know, to get that perspective. Guitar seems to be growing late. I think it was pretty crazy a year or two ago. I got caught. Yeah, the Tonewood debate. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Like, you know, like when it starts getting too serious and people are attacking each other, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Like, at the end of the day, if you disagree, you disagree, right? I mean, you can't force your opinion on other people. You can just state it, and if they don't agree, they don't agree. I mean, that's fine. Robert Baker. Yeah, Zach Thong. Robert Baker. He's great, man. Whenever I watch Robert Baker, it just makes me want to play, and then seconds later realize that I'll never be Robert Baker. He's an incredible player. I got hammered, but oh well. Yeah, there's no point investing too much time when you're discussing whatever it might be, guitars that you like or, personal opinions. I mean, everybody has their guitar pet peeves, let's call them. I mean, I've mentioned a few things that, and I've gotten hammered a little bit, but, it is what it is, I mean, I can sit here and go on and on about how everybody should own and play Les Pauls. But, you've got people that swear by Wolfgangs. You've got people that swear by, Strats. I mean, you're not going to change their opinion, and you shouldn't. I mean, it's whatever, it's whatever they like, right? Also, after tuning my Strat down to and playing my VH with the nines, I consider putting nines on all my standard. Yeah, well, there's another argument, I've heard this many times, you can't, you should put, and actually this coming from a professional, very well-known guitar player I was fortunate enough to meet and hang with, who told me that you can't play rock with anything less than tens, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to disagree with this guy. He's a famous musician, right? But here I am thinking to myself, well, I mean, I'm nowhere near as good as you, but I can't play tens. I got to play nines on my guitar. So, he's not going to convince me otherwise, and I'm certainly not going to convince him otherwise. He's got gold records on his wall, I'm making my Les Paul video, but it's not really what I would call a Les Paul. Well, is it a Chipson? If it looks like a Les Paul and sounds like a Les Paul, it's probably a Les Paul. Yeah. So, yeah, there's, I mean, nothing wrong with healthy debate, whatever gauge strings you like, whatever, okay, here, I'll throw this in the ring, and I'll probably get butchered for this. But one of my guitar pet peeves is I don't like gold hardware. Okay. And I know that's a sin because, the Les Paul Custom but I don't like gold hardware on guitars, and it turns me right off. If I bought the most gorgeous guitar with gold hardware, first thing I'd do is I'd swap it all out for silver. And again, that's a very controversial statement, but for someone who, I just froze. Okay, I'm back. So the gold hardware thing. So again, if it's for someone who loves gold, I'm not going to convince them, to not like gold. And for someone who doesn't like, who likes gold, whatever, like it is what it is. But that's just me. Gold hardware on the Steve Vai gem bothers me. Okay, so R2R3 doesn't like gold on the gem. Nines make it easier to throw harmonics around. I do like heavier strings for some sounds, though. Tough call with stuff like that. Lots of killer country players these days use nines because of all the bend. Yeah. I pretty much use nines on everything. Even when I drop down E flat, nines on Strats, nines on Fenders, nines on Les Paul, just nines on everything. I love me some chrome, baby. Okay, so Mr. Bruce. BHB also agrees he likes the chrome. Angus Young only uses super slinky nines, and if that ain't rocking, nothing is. Paul's Country, how are you, man? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I mean, and then the other big controversy, getting back to the the whole string gauge thing, is everybody saying, well, you can't get a good tone unless you use tens. Yeah, let me introduce you to Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. Just. He's got amazing tone. His sound is fat, and he uses eights. So there you go. Gold belongs on two guitars, LP Custom in Ebony and Arctic White. Yeah. You know what, Dave R? If I had those guitars, I'd still put chrome on them. But that's just me. Everybody likes what they like. Exactly, Zachthon. That's why there's no point in getting all heated about it. I mean, there's much bigger issues in the world than what color hardware you want on your guitar. It's just silly to even, argue about it. The internet must love gold because you froze up after saying that. Yeah, yeah, maybe. I'm gonna get struck down for saying that. The YouTube gods are gonna strike me down. One advice, Gem says Chrome hardware. Okay, 9s on LPs is like 8s. Okay, I'll take your word for it, Todd Flowers. I've never played 8s, so I don't know if I'd even like them or if I could play. And they might be too light for me. I like nickel falling off and nasty. Yeah, little relic looks good, Swaff. The gold wears out, which looks bad. Current problem here. Yeah, I've heard that. You know, I've heard that happen, Jimmy T. I like chrome on just about everything else. There's a couple guitars that look good with gold, but there aren't many. Yeah, because of all his electronics. You ever seen it? No, I have not seen. I haven't seen Billy Gibbons' rack system. I have no idea what he uses. I mean, other than guitar wise, I like a Black Floyd Rose Brooklyn Gold. Yeah. Didn't Jimmy Page use Lightstream? I'm not 100% Paul Lou, but I think Jimmy Page used 9s, but I could be wrong. I use 10s on everything. Yeah, that's cool. You know, I've I when I play 10s, you know, like if I'm gonna do a gig, like I need to play quite a lot. I mean, in the course of a night, I'll probably play, you know, about 3 hours worth. And on Saturday, I mentioned earlier, I'm doing 2 gigs in one day. So I'm playing probably Saturday, I'll be playing 6 hours total, 6 to 7 hours total. If I use 10s, I probably wouldn't make it through the first set because my fingers would just get tired and I wouldn't have the strength in them to bend anymore. I wouldn't have the strength to do the vibrato anymore. You know, I just got really, you know, wussy, weak fingers, I guess. I can't do it. You know, so you know, maybe from playing 9s since day one, I've never developed that strength. I don't know, but I would not be able to do it. I couldn't sustain it. You know, I'd be playing like crap. If I was just playing all chords the whole night, it'd be fine. But, you know, I play a lot of leads. I mean, I'm the only lead player pretty much. I play like 99% of the solos. So, you know, and then I wouldn't have the, you know, the control, the power, you know, I just get worn out way too fast. Just want the guitar to have hardware, short scales, less tension. I tried 7, couldn't feel them. Okay. With all that gigging, how often do you change strings? JC Smith, you know, and that's another thing that's up for debate a lot is how often to change strings and when do you change. I have no set rule on that. I mean, I pretty much rotate guitars, so I don't play like the same guitar all the time. So, and generally when I gig, it's Les Pauls, and I've got 4 of them, and they all get played at gigs. As far as when I change them, it's when they sound dead to me is when I change them. So, I mean, depending on how much I play them, that could be, you know, in, you know, 3 months, 4 months, you know, 6 months. It all really depends. It's when I start hearing that they're flat, that's when I change them. So there's no set time. So when do I change strings? It's when they're basically dead. 10s on Gibsons and anything else with tone except my Mockingbird. Yeah, you know, that's the whole thing about different scale lengths and 9s on this and 10s on that to maintain tension. Like right now I'm playing you know, I showed this earlier, I'm playing my Strat, and you know, I got 9s on it, and my Les Paul's got a, you know, obviously a different scale length. I don't even know the numbers. I don't follow, you know, I don't really pay attention to that. But I mean, I'm comfortable with 9s on either or. I don't put 10s on one and 9s on another for the same reasons I mentioned earlier. I just wouldn't have the power to play 10s for an extended period of time. Gold is Gotti and everything but my Strat. Yeah. You know, again, it's just, you know, we were just talking about debates and this and that, and it's all about taste. I mean, I'm not going to, you know, criticize somebody for liking gold, you know, just the same as I hope nobody criticizes me for liking chrome. It is what it is. Some guitars look nice with gold. I just haven't saw one that I would buy. Yeah. It's easy top that shows. Oh, yeah, that rig rundown with Billy Gibbons. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I don't remember the specifics of the rig. That was a long time ago. I saw that a long time ago. Yeah, that's when that was the rig rundown where I learned that he played eights. Was on that show. Yeah, rig rundowns are really cool. They did one on Kiss as well. Yeah, those are cool. John Bollinger's on Premier Guitar. If you're not subscribed to Premier Guitar, I highly recommend that you do. He does some really cool stuff, and he is an absolute monster guitar player. Absolute monster. Yeah. What time we got? Okay, so we're almost at 8 o'clock. Eric Johnson rig is always interesting. Yeah, Eric Johnson. Speaking of monster guitar players, here's another one. Yeah, he's fantastic. Yeah. Not criticizing, just saying what I do. Yeah, no worries, Todd. I didn't take it as criticism. I mean, it's just like I said, it's, you know, that thing about the different gauges on the different guitars. That's just something that I don't really notice a difference. Like it, you know, I mean, some people, again, are probably more sensitive to, you know, string tensions and so on. And it's not something that, you know, that I really notice, you know. That's like anything else, right? You know. What I'm most particular with in terms of like playing in that is, you know, string height for me is a big thing. I like the strings pretty low. You know, I don't want to, you know, have to fight the guitar to fret it. You know, I want it to basically be minimal work. You know, I want it to play as easy as possible. I don't want to have to fight. Some guys, they really like to fight the guitar when they play. You know, they like to dig in. They like to have a battle with it. I'm not. That's not me. I want the guitar to be as easy to play as possible. You know, because for me, it's enough of a struggle to try to sound decent. You know, that not have to fight the guitar as well. What do you think about Epiphone versions of your fave? Yeah, I mentioned this earlier, and I got a little bit of heat. Again, I am admittedly a guitar snob, and what I mean by that is I don't play Epiphones, and not that they're bad guitars, you know, but I would never buy one. The headstock is a big deal for me, you know. The thing with Les Pauls for me, the iconic look. A part of the iconic look, of course, is the headstock, and I can't get past an Epiphone headstock. So in that regard, I'm a snob. Fully admit it. I'm sure there's Epiphones out there that probably blow away some of my Les Pauls. I'm not saying that they're bad guitars in any way, shape, or form. It's just like anything else. You know, usually what gets me first is how a guitar looks. And no matter how good an Epiphone might play, I know that I'll never pick it up, and I certainly will never buy one. So, be that as it may, that's just me. I can agree with that guitar, because there's one exception. The Epiphone could... Oh, yeah, okay, now we're going somewhere else. Yeah, the Epiphone Casino, yeah. Yeah, he was mentioning, okay, I took it, what do you think about versions of... Yeah, he was saying versions of favorite Gibson models. Well, my favorite Gibson model is a Les Paul. So, yeah, I wouldn't go there. But no, Epiphone Casino, yeah, that's something different. Yeah, that's a whole other thing. Best guitar in the Epiphone line by far is a Casino. Yeah, and I've never had the pleasure of playing a Casino. Never had the pleasure of playing one. Yeah, I'm sure they're fantastic guitars. The other, you know, another guitar that, you know, everybody talks about the Ibanez, sort of the shredder guitars. But if you've ever tried playing some of the semi-hollow Ibanez guitars, they are amazing, amazing guitars. Okay, Casino, yep, Casino. He is 330. Oh, okay. Yeah, the 330. Well, I've played. Well, obviously, 335. Those are fantastic. I've got a 339, which is a baby version. It's a shrunken 335. Love the sound of those guitars. They're a completely different vibe. And there's a company called Eastman. Eastman guitars. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Eastman guitars, but if you want a really good sort of 335 type guitar, Eastman makes one that's just absolutely fantastic, and it's a lot less expensive. I went guitar shopping with a friend of mine a few months ago that was looking specifically for a 335, and the prices were absolutely ridiculous. And I, you know what? I never heard of Eastman. I didn't know what they were. And the gentleman in the store said, walked in and he says, well, try this one. And it was an Eastman, and it was pretty much identical to the 335 looks wise. And I played it, and I handed it to my buddy, and I said, this is fantastic. And he loved it. And that's the one we ended up, he ended up buying. Yeah, Eastman makes some good instruments. I have two. Oh, you've got two Ibanezes. Yeah, Ibanezes are great, man. I had an Ibanez, which it's one of those guitars that I sold that I regret. It was one of the original Roadstars. Some of the other great Ibanez. Yeah, the Ibanez really, I mean, their jazz guitars, their jazz boxes are fantastic. Not that I can play that style, but when you pick one up and you just hear the tones coming out of it, it's a great guitar. It's really, I just can't pay 18 for Chinese when I buy it. Yeah. Yeah. Can't beat them for, yeah. Eastmans are great for the money, for sure. They're not as well known as, some of the other ones. And there's not a lot of stores here that carry them, but they're fantastic. Here being Toronto, Canada. But they're a fantastic guitar. They're a great alternative if you're looking for that, the semi-hollow thing. And we also try, and the reason I mentioned the semi-hollow Ibanez is because when we were shopping for, ES339 style guitar, we played a few Ibanezes that were just fantastic. Really good guitars. Yeah. Okay, folks. We got 16 people watching. We've got 19 thumbs up. Please, if you wouldn't mind, if you haven't already subbed to my channel, please do. And thumbs up are always appreciated. I think I'll hang on here for a few more minutes. Answer any more questions if anybody has any more. And again, if you've just tuned in, I subbed. I'm not cashing out yet, Bruce. Bruce is cashing out. Okay. All right, Bruce. You have a great evening, man. And have a good weekend if I don't see you in the chats. Take care, buddy. If you just tuned in, I was just mentioning that I've got a surprise guest on Monday night. Monday night I do kind of a hangout, but it's just me and a surprise guest on Monday. So if you're around, check that out. I'll post the live stream announcement when it gets a little bit closer. I just want to verify everything. Congrats on answering Crack the Hack question. Next week. What are you cooking up for me, Jimmy? What are you cooking up for me? Have I got to study over the weekend? Make sure I can answer that one. Once you're done, I'm going to try and put together some music tracks with the music program I have. Oh, cool, old man Dan. What's the music program? Just curious what you use. Maybe. Oh, you can definitely trump me, Jimmy T. You just got to dig real deep, but I'm sure it's there. Oh, I thought you were going. No, not yet, Miss Bruce. But if you got to go, brother. Caesar! Still haven't seen Caesar. That's the new thing now. There's always an inside joke going on in these chats. Music Maker, I got it from Humble Bundle with a bunch of other software. Oh, cool. That's cool. Okay, we got 14 people watching, 19 thumbs up. Man, it's hard to play and answer the chat. So I think most everybody on here is putting up content, which is good. I hope everybody does. It's nice when you see people that on the chats, when they put up some content, so you can. I'll give you a thumbs up. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's always nice when we all share and put up some content. Like I know some people might be a little bit shy, but I mean, I just started putting up going live just the last few weeks, and it's been a lot of fun, and I'd love to see more people just do that, put up content, live stuff, videos, what have you. It's just cool, to share share playing. Aren't you flipping over to Ben's channel? I don't think Ben's doing a show tonight. Which is the only reason why I've been on this long. If Ben is doing a show, that's news. But if he is doing a show, then by all means let me know, and I'll shut this down and I'll jump over to Ben's. But as far as I know, he's doing a marathon bachelor party for his best buddy Rich. So need to get up a few new videos. Been a while, just busy. Yeah, Paulo. Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, I'm still trying to. Okay, no worries, Marco. Yeah, there's. I'm sure most of you have heard there is a Les Paul challenge on Rick Romanelli's channel where he's asking people to post their Les Pauls. So I'm planning on doing that whenever I get a chance. But yeah, again, it's time, right? When I get time, I'll post. I just got to figure out which one I'll do. I got one about 3 feet from me here. I'll just use that one because it's close. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. So, you know what? I've been on for about an hour and a half, so I think now's a good time to cash out. So, anyways, everybody have a fantastic weekend. We got EJ is SHIT. I think he comes on around, I don't know, I think 9:30. Might be 9 o'clock, but I think 9:30. Thanks, Todd Flowers. Appreciate it, man. So check him out. I would say check out Ben Coombs. He normally comes on at 8 o'clock. Oh, now come on, guitar. You got to one-up me. Oh, have you done a video? Have you done a Les Paul video, Davar? Let me know, man. Yeah, so normally I would ask him. Got to run to the pharmacy for sick kid supplies. Fun hangout, everyone. Thanks for tuning in, Guitar Girl. Good night, great show. Thanks, Paulo. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks so much, everybody, for checking in, and I hope to see you all on Monday with my surprise guest, and have a great weekend, all. And yeah, we'll see you. Take care.